want to ask you about what Mike Tomlin said, and when I heard this, I just couldn't believe it, concerning the 4th and 10 call from the 11-yard line, and they had to score, and they throw a little swing pass immediately to Najee Harris, who has no chance. There's no blockers. There's nothing there but white shirts. And when he said they ran out of bullets, they didn't have anything left, that's an indictment of planning, of the offensive coordinator, of the offensive play calling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also an indictment of the offense. I mean, so Ben Roethlisberger, I'm not excusing Tomlin or Canada. That's a humiliating quote from Tomlin. He should be ashamed to say it. It's ridiculous, this idea that they didn't have a play there. Roethlisberger talked about how they have a picket fence defense on that play. They have guys lined up along the goal line. And then he said, in retrospect, I wish we'd have thrown one in the end zone. Gee, you think? I mean, what a far cry. 12 years ago, Bob, one of the great games that's ever been played in the regular season at Heinz Field. Do you happen to remember what it was?
Is that the one with
Steelers and Packers?
Okay, yeah, that was one of the more entertaining games you'll ever see. Absolutely.
37-36. Do you happen to remember how that game ended? A Mike Wallace touchdown pass in the front corner of the end zone on an unbelievable throw by Roethlisberger. 19-yard touchdown, about a 25, 26-yard throw. One imagines that the Packers probably had something resembling a picket fence put up on the goal line that play, since that was the only thing that could beat them. The Steelers didn't. I mean, the play calling's bad enough. The Tomlin quote is bad enough. To say, oh, in retrospect, we probably should have thrown one in the end zone if you're the quarterback is just. I don't know. I don't know how anybody out there. Hey, I'm the guy who's been the prophet of doom for a while now, and so maybe I'm being proven correct here. How does anybody hear any of the quotes from any of the particulars involved there and feel like they're going to fix this year? I mean, that's as disheartening a series of statements as you could possibly get.
Well, and you heard what happened in Cincinnati today, so when other teams start questioning that stuff, that's not a good look. But that is something I'm sure that Zach Taylor didn't want one of his players saying, like Tyler Boyd said, because they're going to resonate that thing all season until they play again. Let's go to the lines. We got Paul in New Brighton. Paul, how you doing? What's up?
Hi, Paul. Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
You know, the play selection, you know what, when you have the ball almost 9 minutes and you drive down the field and you're 3 scores behind, you know, you come up with 3 points. And when you're in the red zone and you're throwing short passes and not putting the ball in the end zone on your passes, and that Oakland game last week, you know, we had a 4th and 1, and I don't see the quarterback sneak in their playbook.
And you won't.
So,
for some reason, it's a loss.
On that.
I don't understand. The success rate of 4th and 1 on quarterbacks is remarkably high, and it's the easiest play to me to succeed on. You know, but the play calling is what it is, and I don't think they have the proper personnel to do maybe what the play design is to do. And then again, the offensive line, they were bullish on it, Chris. They liked those guys, even though they were raw, even though they were not first-round draft picks. They haven't spent a lot on their offensive line, and now potentially they're, you know, with injury and everything else, who knows what it's going to look like this coming week, and if there are going to be changes there just because what else do you do in this case?
No team in the NFL has spent less on their offensive line than the Steelers right now. Positional dollars allocated. The second least money spent on the O-line is actually Green Bay, believe it or not. But they happen to have a guy who can still move around and is playing at an exceptionally high level despite being almost 38 years old. He's the reigning MVP. I mean, you know, at what point do we stop taking, hey, the Steelers are high on these guys as gospel truth that they're going to be good football players? That's been a pet peeve of mine for a while, and it's just sort of a general thing. You hear it from some fans. Oh, well, the Steelers feel really good about so-and-so. Okay, how about we watch them actually play?